I tweeted. So there is a Japanese company that is trying to make ivermectin happen. Okay, sweaty. They're trying to make ivermectin happen. Like fetch. And they've moved on to the third phase of their clinical trials. And of course, they are doing press releases. Like that's what fucking press releases, that's what pharmaceutical companies do. They just release press releases. Now, I have already mentioned before that if ivermectin had a utility as a treatment for COVID, I would be a ride or die. I don't give a shit. That's awesome. Okay. And basically, this Japanese trading and pharmaceutical company, Kowa, announced that ivermectin has shown an antiviral effect against COVID-19 in a joint non-clinical research. It wasn't clinical, it was non-clinical. Sorry, I was wrong. Now, ivermectin itself has, just like in the past, which was what this PR release, what this press release showed, right, has worked in vitro in a fucking test tube. Ivermectin has worked. It has properties that can be considered antiviral. Okay? It can eliminate COVID, like the COVID virus. You know what else can in a test tube? Bleach. You know what else can in a test tube? UV rays. Okay? Hitting COVID with UV rays or hitting COVID with bleach in a test tube also fucking works. That does not mean that human beings should start injecting bleach.
Let's go.
So, test tube is only the first stage of this sort of trial. And by the way, this was one that was already conducted. These results are not new, which is exactly what the press release also showed. So then you move on from the fucking, bacteria tab to actual live animals, usually using mice. Ivermectin also had a tendency to work as an antiviral on mice as well. Okay? It did. And that's part of the reason why everyone was really excited about ivermectin. That's part of the reason why everyone was like, what the fuck? Ivermectin, it's real, brother. I'm shoving horse paste in my ass now. Like, that's where that comes from, because there was some promise with ivermectin. Of course, the unfortunate reality is that although mice are similar metabolically to human beings, which is why a lot of those tests happen on mice, it's not a one-to-one comparison. And therefore, the amount of ivermectin that a human being would need to consume in order to have antiviral properties against COVID, the human would fucking die. Okay? Which is precisely why at non-toxic levels of ivermectin consumption, ivermectin does not have antiviral effects against COVID. In a test tube it does, on mice it does, but on humans, don't take ivermectin unless you have river blindness, okay? Or some other kind of parasite that it fucking works against. We've also cured cancer in mice many times. It's sad that a lot of treatments just don't scale up to humans, except for the mRNA vaccine. So just remember, the mRNA vaccine trials are being conducted against AIDS and also cancer as well. So the mRNA vaccines are fucking insane. Anyway. Not just a matter of scale, but the literal fucking genetic makeup, Lamau. No, I'm just saying that, like, what they tried to translate the mice study into humans, and it didn't work. That's why all the studies so far that have been conducted with respect to ivermectin's usage as an antiviral effect against COVID in humans have been failures. On lower doses, it just shows no effect whatsoever. It's Good for parasites, not good for viruses. Okay? Now, that hasn't stopped the entirety of the conservative media from jumping on this because Reuters very stupidly took this fucking press release, as they usually do, because, you know, they're a news aggregator, and that's what news aggregators do. They take press releases and literally just fucking dump it into their international system. Like, it hits the terminals, it hits every fucking outlet, and then other outlets take that aggregated content and literally take that aggregated content and straight up fucking blast it into every other area. Okay?
Ukraine? Wow, pretty selfish. I should really be Ukraine. This is what NATO frogs in chat sound like. Pogo TSSK. Smile.
And the unfortunate problem here is that, like, most people just simply do not understand how to comprehend scientific research. Okay? They just don't. They don't understand it. But at least I'm fucking intelligent enough to recognize my weaknesses. I am not a scientist. I am not a person involved in science. I do not have a degree in any of this shit. I don't know how to read these fucking studies. I'm not going to sit here and LARP as a scientist. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to the primary sources. Like, bitch, you literally did not graduate college. Shut the fuck up, okay? Like, I barely know how to read, okay? I barely know how to read. Like, all these dumbasses who are like, I'm a plumber, but now I'm a scientist. It's like, no, you're not. You're not. You're literally not. Like, you are barely illiterate. I mean, you're barely literate, sorry. Most of these motherfuckers just turn into this, like, you know, I'm a bit of a scientist myself attitude whenever they open up Facebook. So it's very frustrating to see that. You know? Oh, so now I need a science degree to science. Yeah, it's like, isn't that the one thing that conservatives agree is, like, college makes you a homosexual Marxist other than, like, the STEM field? Like, I thought conservatives were all about, like, let's abolish gender studies and all the liberal arts degrees, but, like, obviously the fucking hard sciences are important to keep. Like, I thought that was what they were advocating for. And now they're like, no, actually, I'm a scientist. You don't even need to do that.
I miss the lorries, Hasan.
Science, fuck out of here with that bullshit. I got Facebook. You know, I'm an accredited chemist that has worked in multiple labs, and your interpretation of the research is correct. People are headline reactive only, unfortunately. No, I mean, I do a lot of fucking reading. I do a lot of reading of people who actually understand this stuff, who then explain it to people, okay? Explain it to people in a way that they can understand. That is what my job is. My job is to make it as easy and as entertaining and as fun for you to learn, okay? That's my job. The people who are scientists or science communicators, rather, have some level of background in understanding and comprehending this information that's being disseminated. Okay, so their job is to be like Sanjay Gupta. Look at the medicine or look at the fucking papers and then disseminate this information. Try to directly explain it as easily as possible. Mine is just to make it as fun as possible while we're talking about this shit. Okay? That's what I'm here to do.
Just saying smile.
So it's very, even some of these people with degrees, though, I mean, yeah, degrees in the related field. And then if it's a degree in the related field, then you have to look at, like, what their personal interest is in the matter if they are straying away from the scientific consensus. Because most of the time, dudes that have that kind of fucking interest in straying away from the scientific consensus on a particular subject often are just making money on the side. Either they're making money by being a snake oil salesman and shilling fucking supplements, okay, which is the true way to deal with COVID, is like vitamin C, vitamin D, whatever the fuck, right? Like that one doctor in Florida was doing. Or they themselves are like, they're on the I'm a free speech advocate tour. Or they're directly funded by conservative medical lobbying groups that 90% of the time spend most of their fucking efforts in advocacy against like abortion, saying that like, you know, a baby listens to classical music in the womb and, you know, at like the third week, a baby knows how to fucking recite Tchaikovsky, you know, that sort of dumb shit. Like that's what they're doing most of the time, but now they've moved their efforts on to COVID denial. So wait, how do you say it in English? Tchaikovsky, no? Did I say it wrong?
Happy Tuesday.
Tchaikovsky? Is that how Americans say it? In Turkey, you say Tchaikovsky. So I think I probably said it right, or I said it closer to the fucking way you're supposed to say it. But
11 months pog.
Tchaikovsky? Yeah, I know he's a composer. Shut the fuck up. You're probably closer than the American pronunciation. Yeah, I just... Russians say Tchaikovsky. Anyway, so... The critical distinction is that scientific consensus can be trusted, but any individual scientist is ultimately just a corruptible human being. These two things don't contradict each other. Okay, anyway, regardless, my point is this, okay? My point is this. I am not a scientist. I'm not even a science communicator. I am simply making science communication more enjoyable sometimes, okay?